In today's lesson, we are going to do a quiz together, and this quiz is about prepositions of place and how to use them correctly. So, what I'll do firstly, I'll show you the questions and I'll give you some time to answer, and then we'll go through the answers together. I've recently done a video that gives you tips on how to correctly use the prepositions of place in, at, and on. If you haven't seen this video, I'll link it somewhere in this video because it's going to give you tips on how to correctly use these prepositions of place. So, are you ready? Let's get started. Just to give you a quick recap, we use in when we are talking about something that is in an enclosed space. For example, these folders that you see on the screen are in the box. We use at when we are talking about being at a specific location. And we use on when something is on a surface. For example, this laptop is on the table. These are the three basic rules that will help you understand how to use these prepositions. At this point, I would suggest that you pause this video so that you can give yourself some time to read each sentence and fill in the gaps with the correct preposition. Each of these sentences will either use in, at, or on as a preposition. Okay, let's go. So, sentence number 1. The correct preposition for this sentence is on. So the coffee mug is on the table, and this is because the table is a surface, and we've already discussed that we use on when we are talking about something being on a surface. The painting is on the wall. The wall is another type of surface. So for this sentence, on is the correct preposition. Right, so this one is a bit of a tricky one. I hope you got it correctly, but if you didn't, don't worry. This sentence says, the dog is sleeping in its bed. So, depending on what type of bed the dog has, usually dog beds are somewhat enclosed in how they look. So, that's why in is the correct preposition to use for this sentence. However, if you've used on its bed, I do understand why you would have used on. However, the correct answer is in. Question number 4. Students are waiting at the bus stop. Like we said before, the bus stop is a location or a specific point. So for this reason, we use at as the correct preposition. The book is on the shelf. The shelf is a surface, and that's why we use on for this sentence. The computer mouse is on the mouse pad. You guessed it again. The mouse pad is a surface because usually a mouse pad is placed on a table or on a surface of some sort. So for this reason, on is the correct preposition to use. The plane is landing on the runway. Once again, the runway is a surface on the ground that allows the plane to land safely. So for this reason, on is the correct preposition to use for this sentence. The movie is playing at the theater. The theater is a place, is a point where you can meet someone. It's a specific point where you can meet someone. For this reason, we use at for this location. The party is at John's house. John's house is another specific location, and for this reason, we use at to express. And for this reason, we use at in this sentence. Last but not least, sentence number 10, the jacket is hanging on the coat rack. So the coat rack is not a typical type of surface. However, on is used to express that the coat is hanging on the coat rack. So here you go, our 10 sentences, 1 to 10. I hope that you got most of them correct or all of them correctly. If you haven't, don't worry. Practice makes perfect. And if you haven't done so by now, this is a good time for you to go and watch the video that I make that gives you tips on how to use the prepositions of place. Thank you for watching this lesson. I hope to see you soon, and goodbye for now.